right, hi there. Welcome to the first lesson in the Job Development webinar series. Today we'll be discussing how to find a job that is appropriate for you. We'll be looking into strategies for determining your preferences and skill sets, and then we'll be looking into popular work industries that may match your preferences and skill sets. It can be challenging to figure out where to even begin when you do your first job search. You know you want a job because you either want to earn money, feel a sense of accomplishment within your day, or even earn benefits and insurance, such as health insurance. We're going to help you figure out where to start. To begin with, you need to first get to know yourself. You need to ask yourself questions such as, who am I? What do I like to do? What do I not like to do? Ask yourself other questions too, such as, what am I good at and what are my interests? When you get to know yourself, it will help you find a job that you enjoy going to. Nobody wants to hate going to work. The first step you can take in getting to know yourself is by determining your preferences. What you prefer in your daily life can determine your preferences in your work life. Some questions you may ask yourself are, do you enjoy being outside? What are your sensitivities to the environment, such as, are you okay with loud places? Or do you really need a quiet environment to focus on work? Are you able to stand on your feet for periods of time? And a really important question to reflect on is, how do you learn best? When you learn a new task, do you learn best by reading the directions, listening to the directions, watching it be done, or by talking it out with somebody else? You may also learn a different way. However, it is important to know the best way that you learn new content. Once you have determined your preferences, it is also a good idea to reflect on your strengths and weaknesses. What are you good at? Is there a skill or an activity or hobby that you really enjoy doing? The answer to these questions can determine the kind of job you would want to look for. For example, if I really enjoy singing and I also like to help others, including children, then I could look for a job helping out with an after-school choir camp. I have given some examples on the slide for other activities you can ask yourself if you like to do and are good at. It's also noteworthy to point out that you should reflect on what you're not good at as well and what you don't like to do. For example, if I don't like having conversations with people and I'm not good at math or handling money, then I would not apply for a job as a cashier in a grocery store. This slide gives you some other online resources that you can use at home. The first link is a career test. It asks questions on your preferences, and at the end, we'll give you a couple choices of careers or jobs that you may be good at. The second link is a personality test to allow you to get to know yourself in general. The third link is a very useful resource to use. If there's a particular job that you are very interested in, you can search this job and it will give you a whole page of information about that job, such as sample job tasks and education requirements. This can allow you to reflect on a specific job and ask yourself if you are qualified. So now that you've taken the time to get to know yourself, the second step in determining the job that is appropriate for you would be to learn about what kind of jobs are even out there. We're going to take the time to look at a few different industries, such as housekeeping, food service, animal care, and clerical work. We will discuss the industry, and I will give 2 examples of jobs within that industry, sample job tasks, and where this job would take place or where it would be located. The first industry we will talk about is housekeeping. Housekeeping can mean a lot of different things, However, the overall theme of the housekeeping industry is to keep places clean and safe. One job within the housekeeping industry is custodial work. The main job duty of a custodial worker or a janitor is to clean. You would clean places such as bathrooms, door handles, and public walkways. You can get a housekeeping position in many different locations, such as a hotel, a school, and convention centers. Another job you can get within the housekeeping industry is a laundry assistant position. As a laundry assistant, you would help to ensure linens are clean and free of stains. You may have to work with chemicals with this position. You also may have some interactions with customers. For example, if you were to work in a hotel as a laundry assistant, you may be responsible for delivering clean linens or towels to the guests' rooms. A laundry assistant may work in a hotel, like previously mentioned, but also could be in a hospital. Another popular industry is the food service industry. The food service industry includes all places that serve food. This may be a restaurant, a country club, a hospital, or even stadiums, where sporting events and concerts take place. A popular job within the food service industry is a server or a busser. This person is responsible for interacting with customers and taking orders, and also cleaning up the tables when customers leave in a timely manner. As a server or busser, you would be on your feet for the entire shift. If you don't want to work with customers, but are still interested in the food service industry, then you may want to consider working in the back in the kitchen. A popular job within the kitchen is a food prep person. This person would be responsible for preparing cooking ingredients for the chef by washing and chopping vegetables, fruits, and meats. It is required that you are very clean to work in food service, especially in the kitchen, because you are handling other people's foods. Just like as a server and a busser, you would be on your feet a lot for this job. The next industry we will talk about is animal care. It is a requirement that you are comfortable working with animals if you were to get a job in this industry. The location of an animal care job varies as well, such as in a veterinarian's office or a shelter. You may be required to work inside and outside for these types of jobs. One job you may get in the animal care industry is a veterinarian technician. This person is responsible for assisting the veterinarians in caring for animals such as taking temperatures and restraining animals. As a veterinarian technician, you will most likely need additional schooling after high school. It can be a very rewarding job to help care for sick animals. Another job you may get within the animal care industry is a kennel assistant. This would be a good job for those who are interested in working in the animal care industry but do not want to go back to school for a job. The kennel assistant would be responsible for keeping animals' cages clean and sanitized. You may also have to feed animals and administer medicine. This type of job may have you working at a veterinarian office, an animal shelter, or an animal daycare. Clerical work is the next industry. When you think of clerical work, your mind should go to an office setting. A majority of the time, accommodations can be met to have a sitting position within an office setting. Also, office settings are most likely going to be indoors at all times. The jobs offered within a clerical industry is a receptionist. A receptionist is responsible for answering phones, taking messages, and scheduling appointments. They may also be responsible for greeting people as they walk into the office. This is a job for someone who is confident and comfortable with their people skills and can easily talk to other people. Receptionists can be found at doctors' offices and salons. The next type of job within a clerical setting is data entry. To have a job doing data entry, you should be comfortable using a computer and entering data into spreadsheets. This is the type of job for someone who is also good at paying attention to small details, because you may be required to verify the accuracy of data and find any errors. There's not a lot of customer interaction with this kind of position, and you may also need additional schooling to be qualified for this job. The last industry we will talk about is the retail industry. When you think of retail, think of any store you go to where you can buy products or services, such as grocery stores and clothing stores. A popular job that you can find in the retail industry is the cashier. The cashier is the person that you pay for the product you are purchasing. As a cashier, you're responsible for receiving payment by cash, check, or credit cards. So, as a result, you should have skills with money and basic math, such as addition and subtraction. A cashier also interacts with the customers, so this should also be a skill that you are comfortable with. If your strong suit is not money or customer interaction, then you may want to look at stocking positions within the retail industry. A stocker is responsible for unpacking new product that comes to the store. The new product then needs to be placed neatly on the shelves where the customer picks from. If you are working in a store, there may be minimal customer interaction. However, if you're thinking you do not want any customer interaction, then you may consider finding a stocking position within a warehouse. Okay, so you learned how to get to know yourself, and you've learned about popular industries where you may find jobs. The third step is to then cross-reference your preferences and skills to the jobs available. Take a look back at your preferences and your skill sets and ask yourself, do any of these line up with the industries mentioned in step 2? For example, if I'm good at working outside, keeping things organized, and caring for my pet dog, well, then I may be good at a job working in the animal care industry as a kennel assistant. Another example is if I'm good at having an eye for detail, working on my computer, and I don't mind interacting with other people, then I may want to look for a job in an office as a receptionist or data entry clerk. All right, so now you should be ready to start searching effectively for a job that suits you. Thank you for watching.